Have I loves? Welcome back to the Starscartel channel. If you don't know, I'm starting to finish right here, y'all. Okay. And the message is interesting. Hold on, let me put this away. It's not really doing anything to me, but it's bothering me. So give me a second. Just put it back in her bag. Okay, that might be part of the message too. We're gonna put her back in her bag and she gonna go back where she belongs. Okay. It is part of the message. Y'all finna see why. Okay. All right. Anyways, so the message comes from this series of dreams I had last night. But I'm not even going to go all into that, and I'm going to tell you why. So the first thing in this dream that I received, the first part of the dream that I received is a message of God saying, tell her she should live amongst friends. Okay. And then after I heard that, I saw me, it was like me going from what looked to be like a game board, and I was driving from, like, I was at one place and then I was here and then I was there, and it's almost like I was figuring out my options on where I would live and where I would stay at. Now, it was 3 options, okay? Once again, I'm not sharing that part. And I'm not sharing that part because I feel like that's for me personally. But it wasn't like it was anything bad. You know what I'm saying? It was... And to be honest, it was either get married or stay amongst friends, y'all. So here's the thing. The wildest part about this message is the end of it. At the end of the dream, I heard the song by Ice Cube, to the street are always hard. You start talking that ish, I'll pull your cord. And like so here's the thing. God said for somebody, there is somebody that may have interest in you, and it's like the interest they have in you is what I'm finna get into, okay? They have interest in you and they feel as if you know too much and it don't make sense. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know how I be doing stuff I'm not supposed to know. And don't want to know stuff I'm not supposed to know, and don't want to know. This is somebody you know things you're not supposed to know, and you may very well not even want to know. But whatever it is that you know is about this person and they don't like it. So they have been asking God to tell them things about you. And God has told them a few things about you, and it has them feeling some kind of way because you are somebody that you don't just, you're not loose, bro. I feel like you're not the type of person where you hopping, you over here, you over there, you over there. You know what I'm saying? And God reminded me again of this song where when we say to tell the truth, I like them loose, because me and my thugs, we like to flip. Okay, this may be somebody that like they like being with people that like sleeping around. They may like being with people that are open to having threesomes, foursomes, and all kind of crazy stuff going on. And they seen from what God showed them, you not like that, and they don't like it. It could also, and for another person, this person does not like serious relationships. They don't want somebody that is up under them all day, every day. And if it's like, it's almost like you the kind of person that you, even though it may not start out that way, but on the eventual side, because that's what you want. You want a husband, or you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna be real. This is somebody you're not a thought, bro. You're not a loose girl. You're not like that kind of girl. And even though you may very well go out to the party and you could be the life of the party if you want to, but you ain't the type where you finna sleep around with everybody that's there. You just, you know what I'm saying? You came with your person and that's who you going home with. God said they don't like it. Okay, so what this person has decided to do with this information is they want to build up a defense against you. And it's wild. I can't stand, like, when I recorded already, but I didn't like it, so I took it down. Well, I didn't take it down, I just didn't post it at all. But anyways, it's funny to me because it's like, this is somebody that is running from love. That's what they running from when it really come down. Because it's like I'm looking at it, I'm looking at this message like, what is, what, what are you running from? What they running? And they got an army surrounding them in an attempt to attack you. And it's like, it's to siege war against you, to keep you from, but it's like this person believes that you gonna manipulate them into being in love. And I just feel like the advice that God has for you, don't even bother. What's the point? And that's why I'm not even, like, it's no point in me even sharing all the details of the dream. Because even if it was a situation where somebody made a prayer about me last night saying, I want to see I want to see this and I want to see that, I have already, you know what I'm saying, after that, you know, said, well, what's the point? What's it to you? And God said, I mean, the only thing they gonna do is siege war against you. Well, dang it, I'm just gonna leave you alone then, bro, if that's what you want. So it's like, all that is unnecessary. You know what I'm saying? See, one thing that irritates me about people is sometimes people act as if it's so hard and so difficult to just say, look, we don't want the same things, and I think it's best we don't be friends. I think it's best we just be friends. I think it's best we, like, whatever. That's fine. It ain't no situation where I'm trying to force you into no relationship with me. It ain't no situation where I'm trying to force you to be my friend. I ain't trying to force you to be somebody that hang out with me. We ain't got to be business partners, none of that. Because when I say I've been rocking with myself since I was little, since I was knee high, I've been taking care of myself. Since I was young, I learned at 7 years old that there is no one that I can call upon to help me. Since I was 7 years old, I learned that I'm going to have to stand up for myself. Since I was 7, I learned I'm going to have to defend myself since I have been 7 years old. And because that's something I have been learning since I was 7 years old, it's not a situation where I'm just going to force you to do anything. And you know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. I'm just being real because I have learned time and time again, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know when it come down to it, everybody is different. Everybody have different wants. Everybody have different dreams, and that's just what it is. And even when it comes to me being a prophetess and being as gifted as I am and being able to see the things that I see, I also know that from where God sits, he don't just see what I see. He see what I see, and he see, well, they could also choose this, and they could choose this, and they could choose this, and they could choose that. There are several different options, and that's what the basis of this dream was. It was like a game board, but I feel like I was looking at things from the perspective of how God sees. And he see all these different options that you could take, and what will happen if you do this, and this will happen if you do that, and this will happen if you do this, and this you could do. Pick one. And you know what I'm saying? We all have free will, and that's where free will come into play, because it's not a situation where, like, when I give a prophecy, regardless if it's me or if it's a different prophet, regardless if it's on this platform or somebody you know in real life, and they give you a prophecy, that is not in stone. You know what I'm saying? Even when I have dreams about what's going to happen in the future, that ain't in stone. I can have a dream that a man is going to be my man, and we going to be in complete bliss and happiness, and we going to, you know what I'm saying, build together, and this going to happen, and we going to do all these big, wonderful things. And guess what? The same night I'm supposed to meet him, somebody else could get to him first. What can I do? You know what I'm saying? What can I do? You just have to be like, oh, okay, it is what it is. Okay, guess what? Another option is going to come to play. It's always another option. It's always going to be a situation where, and you know what I'm saying? See, the thing about this kind of message is, it's not, when you reject something like this, you know, when God gives a prophecy and God is telling you, this is the best decision, like, this is the best choice, this is the choice that I have for you, I laid out for you, and you decide to deliberately go against that and choose something else, It don't mean that all of a sudden you have cause, if it's connected to somebody else, everything will fall apart for that person. It's a situation where now that person have other options. And I feel like that's part of this dream. Because, at first it was just like, it felt like this person was just trying to tap into, like, what I'm saying, options and choices. But then when I looked at it, I was like, okay, hold on. One thing that it also could be is like this person dissing you, like, those are your options and not me. It is like, okay, bet, like any option but you. Okay, like it's not a situation where just because this person is removing themselves from your energy or they on guard like this, you know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking about, the like the guards standing in front of the castle, and they standing there like, that's how I feel. Like this person that surrounded themselves with a bunch of, like, a whole little army. Like, don't let them get to me. Don't let them get to me. Because if they get over here, I don't know. And I can't. And die. And it's funny to me because it's like this person is like, you know what I'm saying? They terrified. I'm thinking about Lil Wayne. If love is in the air? They say love is in the air. So I hope I breath to my face turn purple. Keep a few bags. Chicks in my circle. This person is surrounded, this man is surrounding himself with a bunch of women that are like, leave him alone, leave him alone, leave him alone. Baby, let me tell you my life and how y'all got it. I ain't fighting over nobody, bro. I am not. And let me tell you why. Because I want a man that's going to fight over me. I don't want no man that's finna hire a whole gang of thoughts, bro, to fight over me. Y'all go about y'all business, okay? I'm good on it. I'm good. I'm gonna tell you before you even tell me. I'm good on it because I don't have time for that. I just dealt with that. I feel like I'm saying the same message. I just dealt with that, and you know what I'm saying. That's just what it is, and and let me get the scripture, okay? This is from the Epiphany, Esther. 13 and 5. For what reason, having learned this and seeing one nation in opposition to all mankind using perverse laws and going against our commands and disturbing the peace and concord of the provinces subject to us, we commanded that all whom Haman will mark out, who is chief over all provinces, the second after the king, and whom we honor as a father, will be utterly destroyed by their enemies and their wives and children, and that none will have pity on them on the 14th day of the 12th month, Adar, of this present year. So here's the message. I feel like in this situation, this group, because this is a group coming against one person, and regardless if you supposed to be this person's spouse or not. There we go. Regardless if it's a situation where God really ordained you to be this person's spouse. For some of y'all, this is your person. And for some of y'all, it's not. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like this whole group of people is looking at you like you is the wicked witch. They looking at you like, hey, man. God said, lead them alone. Lead them to. Ain't nobody got time for that. And you still got you have other options, y'all. You have other options. Now, it ain't no case where, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I just feel like God said, let it be well with them. Because it's not going to be a situation where you finna, I almost feel like you're not going to stick around waiting on this person, obviously, because they have let you know. This is this message is to let you know this person does not want a serious relationship. This person doesn't want what you want. This person doesn't want to ride off into the sunset with you. This person does not want to settle down with you. They want to carry on living their life the way they live their life. And it may very well be a situation where these women don't even want you to be involved. Like, to be honest, if you are like, well, I still like him, and I still, baby, God says this person has surrounded themselves with a whole army of women that are on guard. Like, she needs to get back, and she needs to back off, and she needs to move around. God said, go ahead, like, you have other options. This person is not the end all be all. It's not a situation where you have no other choice. It's not a situation where everything is going to fall apart. It don't matter if your other option is moving to another country. Your other option may be moving to another state. Your other option may be moving, and you know what I'm saying? You may end up getting married to somebody that you never expected. Regardless if it's somebody you just met, it could be somebody that is an ex of yours. God said it could be a situation where you ain't even gonna be married. Okay, baby, for somebody, it's like you have options too. It's not a situation where this person is the end all be all. And I think they looking at it like that because you're not a thought, and you may not have like 20 people. You don't have a roster. But just because you don't have a roster don't mean you don't have options. And that's just what it is. And that's the message. Go ahead, said, like, it's no point in even, like, I feel like this person wanted me to go down a whole list of what options. Go ahead, said, that's none of their business. It's none of their concern, because when it really comes down to it, this person has already made it up in their mind that they don't want to be with you. And, you know, it's one thing if you and this person, like this person is trying to figure out what kind of person you are they trying to figure out, how do I say it? Like how to go about the relationship, but they're trying to figure out how to go about ending it. God said all they got to do is say the word, bro. Ain't no need and all that. That's stupid. Okay, 1555. What are you doing? You doing too much. You try to build a machine and build an army, and you do it like you tell it this will say, you say this, and you say that, and you say this, and you say that, and they gonna do this, and then they gonna do that, and then they gonna do this. Baby, let me tell you about life and how y'all can have it, bro. And that's the message. Baby, God said, this is for somebody. You can literally meet somebody. You can go to the middle of nowhere and meet somebody. Okay? There's somebody you can't even go to the corner store without somebody hollering at you. You ain't just got to be with this person. They ain't the end all be all, bro. And if these women want to stand around, I'll go, leave them alone, and act like, baby, they, okay? So y'all thing, bro. The utter foolery. Ain't nobody got time for that, bro. If that's what y'all want to do y'all thing, bro. Y'all already know how I do. I don't share. I don't share. I don't share, and I don't share some more. And I don't share, and I don't share, and I don't share some more. And it's to such an extent, I wouldn't even deal with this. I'm not gonna deal with it. As soon as somebody drop a hint or a clue that they got you more than I got you, I'm out of there. Like, and that's the end of it. And you know what I'm saying? It's one thing to I almost feel like it's one thing. I don't know why, and I don't know why I feel like this is just so weird. Because why not just say that? Like, just say you have too much going on and you're not interested. Why even carry on pretending? And that's what it feel like. It feel like this is somebody that is kind of like in a spiritual, they on one, and then in person they like, and it's kind of like, what do you want? And maybe that's what it is. I don't know what they want. But in reality, God said you can move on. You ain't got to sit around waiting on this person. And it can't be a situation where they sitting up here trying to claim you as their person and telling people that they can't talk to you and they can't holler at you and you can't this and you can't that. You made the conscious decision that you were going to gather together an army to ensure that this woman couldn't get to you. You made the conscious decision that you, like, this is somebody that literally went out telling people, I want you to ensure that she don't get her way with me. God said, let them go then. And that's the message. You ain't just got to be with them. And like, that's what it is. You don't just got to. It's not a situation where it's a requirement. God said for somebody, if you wanted to, you could stay by yourself. Duh. Like, you ain't just gotta be with this person. And 9 out of 10, once again, if it's a vibe where you stand by yourself, mean you can't afford to stay by yourself where you live at in a safe place, because I know it's, baby, in Houston. That's one thing I realized. I don't think what I can afford, I don't think I'm going to be able to afford to live here. I don't. And I don't think I'm going to be able to deal with a roommate. And I'm not trying to rush into marriage. So it may very well be a situation where I'm going to have to move, bro. And it is what it is. And you know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear nobody say nothing, bro. I don't want to hear nobody telling me, well, why are you moving? And why are you leaving? And why? I don't want to hear none of that, because the next house I get is permanent. And I call that into existence right now. So I don't want to hear nobody like feeling no cotton. Okay, because all the time when I needed help, ain't nobody come, and I don't have time for that. And it will be a situation where I don't know what else to do. I don't know what. I see no other option, bro. I don't. And when it come down to it, I ain't trying to just rush into no relationship. I'm not trying to rush into a marriage. Every time I get married, it seems like I'm trying to figure all this out. And because that seems to be an attack every time I get married, that is the thing that the devil attacks. So I halfway feel like I don't need to be married anyway. And it hurts to say that, because that's something I want. But until God nips that in the butt, then I don't know what to do. You know what I'm saying? It'll be a situation where I'm going to be staying somewhere, and it's probably going to be ducked off somewhere. And it's going to be a situation where I'm going to be by myself with a big old gate with cameras all around it. And that's just what it's going to be. That's how we going to have to thug it out, bro. But you know what I'm saying? I ain't in the business of forcing nobody. I don't want nobody to be with me. It ain't no situation where I'm trying to force somebody. That's her man. That's her man. Baby, you can have him. That's our man. Baby, y'all can have him. Whatever it is, I don't even care, bro. I don't care. I'm over it. I don't have time, effort, or energy. And you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. And you know what I'm saying? And that's the end of it. And you know, I don't know why I feel this person in the spirit saying, what is the judgment, or what is going to happen? Baby, that depends on what is the situation. Because let me tell you, if it's a situation where God said you were supposed to choose one person and you decided to go an opposite way, you're going to have to deal with God, because that sounds like you went after the devil, okay? Now, if it's a situation where you've been sitting around praying that God sends you a wife, meanwhile you king thought, and God sends you a wife and you don't want to let the thoughts go, once again, that's up to God's discretion. You probably under God's judgment, because why are you leaving his daughter screaming and crying, running away from you? You know what I'm saying? And your gang of thoughts that you have bullying and harassing her, that is baby, because it's one thing if you just say, nah, I don't like this. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. It's another thing when you have decided to siege war against somebody that ain't even sieging war against you. That's insane. Go ahead. So it may very well be a situation where you may come in under God's judgment. And you know what I'm saying? What it's going to be, I don't know. And simply, that ain't got nothing to do with me. Because I always do what God tells me to do. Even when I don't feel like going, I show up. Even when I don't feel like getting dressed, I get dressed. I don't feel like doing my hair, I do my hair. I'm going to do whatever it is God tells me to do. But when it come down to it, what I ain't finna do is force nobody to do nothing. I know when it come down to it, even if it's a situation where if God was to give me a prophecy, which he has before, that somebody was supposed to be my person, and for one reason or another, they decide that they gonna choose something else, baby, guess what happens? God still bless me. Everything I was supposed to receive in that relationship, I still receive it. And I end up, you know what I'm saying, sitting back, and that person end up receiving judgment now. And it is what it is. And it ain't a situation where I'm trying to be mean or I'm trying to talk down or nothing like that. But I mean, that's just like, that is God's judgment. This is justice. Like, God is going to seek vengeance for his children. And it ain't going to be a situation, once again, where you have been praying to God that he will send you the perfect woman, or he'll send you a good girl, he'll send you the girl of your dreams, etc., etc., and he send them to you, and you like basically send them away running and screaming, bro. And he just gonna sit there. And what father would do that? Fathers are very defensive over their daughters. What father is going to have their daughter come to them screaming and crying, Daddy, I don't understand why he did me like that. And then he did this. And then he sent all these girls to be mean to me. And then he told them bad things about me. And then he told them to do this. And then do you know how angry God is? Elohim is pissed right now, bro. For somebody, he is furious with you. And he's like, it's pissed, angry. Okay, and don't come saying, God don't get angry. Are you serious? Did you not hear the story of Sodom and Gomorrah? I tell y'all again, like I told y'all before, it's still there. It's still there. It's still there. You could go to visit the site if you wanted to. It's still there. But angry, furious. It can't be no situation where you sitting around praying to God that you're going to meet somebody and then you meet them and you reject them for somebody that is the complete opposite of what you prayed for. And I feel like this somebody that's seen time and time again that this person is the opposite of what they prayed for. They stayed there. God said it is what it is. But don't be sitting around wondering why you aren't receiving the things that God told you were going to receive. Sometimes things are attached to certain people. Sometimes it is a situation where you are supposed to be over here and not over there. And because you decided to go over there, you're going to have to receive whatever is attached to that. And it may very well not be what God promised you. And one other thing God has reminded me of is sometimes the blessing that God promised you is in fact attached to the person that God promised you, and you just don't realize it. And sometimes this is a situation where I'm thinking about how, see, this is the thing about divination, because sometimes you can read and look into somebody's future and you see that they got a blessing coming, and you may see they got multiple blessings coming at the same time. For somebody, there was a woman trying to tap into what you got going on. And they saw that you had a man coming in and some blessings coming in directly after. And they assumed that the blessings were attached to this man. God said your blessings are not attached to that man. Your blessings are attached to you. And you still gonna get those blessings. And this woman was thinking that by attaching herself to this man, she would receive your blessings. These blessings are for you. They're yours. And it's just a situation where you are going to share them with this man. And that's the message. But God said, it's a vibe where you don't have to be with this somebody. You ain't got to be with nobody. You ain't just got to be with nobody. You ain't just got to be with this person specifically either. You can be with whoever you want to be with. And that's the message. And they go both ways. It go, you know what I'm saying? It ain't to say that, you know what I'm saying? If this person, whoever this is, they decide to go the other way, this man decided to go towards this devil, that's fine. God said in reality, the devil bless his kids too. So it ain't no situation where they just gonna be out in the rain forever. But you know what I'm saying? It may be very well be a vibe where this man never know what real love feel like. And I know it's easy for me to sit here and say that's sad, because I know what real love feel like, and I know that everybody don't know what real love feel like, but it is what it is. If people, that's like, you know what I'm saying, it don't mean that they gonna be sad. Baby, it could be a vibe where this man is out partying every single night and living the time. You know what I'm saying? He feel like he having the time of his life. Touche. That's the message. It's touche. And that's the message. God said it ain't no situation. I feel like it's not a vibe where God is about to punish you just because this person don't like you. And simultaneously, God is not going to keep his foot on this person's neck just because they didn't like you. And but when it come down to it, you still receiving all the blessings that he says you're going to receive. Even when it comes to whoever was trying to tap into your energy and seeing that you had a man coming towards you, God said you got another man coming towards you that way. That's the message. And the blessing that this person saw in your future, it ain't even attached to no man. It's attached to you. It got your name on it. God said can't nobody else receive that but you. And if you not around, it ain't gonna come. If it was a situation where it's a vibe where can't nobody take you out the equation and take that blessing, this blessing is yours. It is impossible. It can't be taken from you. And that's the message. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe to us.